Hi everyone and welcome back. The Amador County Fair next week brings its usual eclectic mix of entertainment to Plymouth, such as the Wheelwright, who traveled the United States by covered wagon, rifle-toting mountain men, and music by the Celtic rock band Tempest. City sounds of Max Cabela Jr. and 1980s music by the Spasmatics, who just received acclaim for playing at Drew Barrymore's wedding. And the Amador County Fair is Thursday through Sunday, July 26th through the 29th, and the food includes traditional fair feasts every day, award-winning wines from the Amador wine growers, Friday night microbrews and beers at the brew tasting on the weekend. Fair CEO Troy Bowers said, "We have to keep things fresh and exciting for our fair visitors, but we need to keep our traditions alive as well. The fairground is a living history museum that we don't want to abandon." Bowers referred to the permanent exhibits that are as much a part of the Amador County Fair as the carnival and corn dogs. Visitors flock to see the turn-of-the-century sawmill using steam power cut massive logs, to watch ore as it's stamped at the Pokerville gold mine, or to see the mountain men reenact an old saloon fight. And the daily antique tractor parade chugs along past whirling, twirling neon of carnival rides. There's hours of fun things for the kids to do that are free, including free admission on Thursday until 6 p.m. and fun activities in the 49er Kids Town, including learning how to juggle with a jumbo shrimp circus. They can learn about Amador County's Miwok culture under the Willow Branch Covered Round Lodge and make an take home a craft project. And at the gold mine, they can pan for gold. There's a charge for entertainment in the grandstands at the truck pulls on Friday night, and the rodeo on Saturday, and the Destruction Derby on Sunday. Advanced reserve seats are on sale Thursday night at the arena, and they'll host mutton busting preliminary round with the finalists going to compete during the rodeo. And pay what you want can donations are requested to watch the mutton busting. Exhibit halls are filled with art, quilts, baked goods, preserves, needle arts, plants and flowers, gems and minerals. The Junior Project, the barns and show rings bustle with animals tended by 4-H, Grange, and FFA youth. Tickets are available online, and you can save on fair admission and carnival rides. Reserved seats for grandstand events and the wine tasting on Friday night are available in advance as well. For more information, visit AmadorCountyFair.com. Follow them on Facebook as well. Amador Water Agency Board of Directors last week discussed a list of future agenda items compiled by Board Secretary Chris Thompson from past meetings Thursday, and the items included a formation of the Community Facilities District in the Amador Water System, which was slated for a special meeting Monday, July 16th, but was canceled without a future date set. Other topics were discussed for removal of the list of future agenda items, and some items belonged in committees, some belonged on a full board agenda, and some were public requests that should be presented by the public. And Director Rich Farrington said a policy on internal loans should go to the policy committee. They also had a future agenda topic of workshop on Government Code Section 66013. Director Paul Molinelli Sr. said, "Do we really need a workshop on 66013? It seems to me 5-second explanation should be enough." Section 66013 referred to a current lawsuit against AWA by Kenneth Perano and Ken Berry alleging improper use of restricted funds. In public comment, Bill Kondashoff and Debbie Dunn criticized the agency for a $900,000 loan from the county for the gravity supply line, which was subject of the recent grand jury investigation. And a man also asked when consultants were hired to work on forming community facilities districts for the Amador water system. AWA General Manager Gene Mancebo said the board approved the contract in September, and he is in the process of requesting an extension on the Amador County loan to meet USDA extension of September 2013 for funding of the GSL. Mancebo said work on a separate gravity supply line CFD is satisfactorily developing, but has run into complications, and he was just hoping it would be happening more expeditiously. A man asked about $12,000 to redo a study for the GSL, repeating a study done 2 years ago, and Mancebo said the USDA wants a fresh review of the wildlife study. Farrington said AWA committed to update that would walk the whole GSL line and not just one little property. Farrington asked if the property is still expecting a report on the study's conclusions, and Mancebo said normally the environmental update does not come to the board unless there are issues that arise in the update. And the Amador Calaveras Consensus Group in June Heard a report from one of its members that Sierra Pacific Industries is seeking to sell 935 bone-dry tons of tree trimming piles to the Buena Vista Biomass Power generation plant. Baron Sanders, ACCG member of the Sierra Nevada Conservancy, released notes from the Consensus Group's June 20th meeting, noting that member Steve Lewinsky reported receiving a letter regarding SPI piles being used for Buena Vista. Lewinsky said SPI wishes to sell 935 bone-dry tons to Buena Vista Biomass. He said the piles were generated from tree tops and small diameter trees. The piles were produced in 2011 in an operation designed to produce a shaded fuel break on Shake Ridge Road. Sanders said Tim Tate of SPI requested a delegation from ACGG to inspect the piles, and Craig Thomas on the Sierra's Forest Legacy referenced an acreage limit, but that's not the case, Sanders noted. And Sanders said the Center for Biological Diversity had been contacted by the advised the Amador Calaveras Consensus Group should proceed under its perplexing framework for pile inspection and for a multidisciplinary team for inspection of the piles. The group reached a settlement in a suit against the power plant. The Consensus Group made a consensus decision to form a multidisciplinary pile inspection team whose members include Steve Lewinsky, Catherine Everett of Foothill Conservancy, and Brianna Creekmore of the Calaveras Fire Safe Council. Rick Hobson of the El Dorado National Forest will also assign an Amador Ranger District staff member, and Miwok medicine woman Avarda Fisher of McCollum Hill was made an alternate member of the inspection team. Now, the Amador Calaveras Consensus Group was scheduled to meet at 9:30 a.m. Wednesday, July 18th at West Point Veterans Hall at Highway 26 and Bald Mountain Road. The agenda included the Community Review Community Report, including status of the SPI standing under the agreement between the Center of Biological Diversity and the Buena Vista Biomass Power Plant. The committee was also expected to report on Shake Ridge pile inspection. Amador County consultant John Hoffman will also report on a cost avoidance project and an environmental benefits initiative. Well, the Amador County Fair organizers are urging people to taste the new Gold Rush this year with Amador County's award-winning fine wines available for tasting. Amador County Fair visitors can find out why Amador grapes are taking the California wine scene by storm at the annual Amador Wine Growers Tasting event during the fair, set for 7 to 9 p.m. Friday, July 27th. The annual sellout event features 40 wineries showcasing award-winning wines sourced from Amador wine grapes. The event is held on the lawn in the pavilion, bordered with shade arbors and featuring food from Best Sogard's Catering, locally made sausages from Swingle's Meat Company, and gourmet platters of aged cheeses, fresh fruits and vegetables. All attendees receive a commemorative glass. Home of some of the oldest producing vines in California, Amador-grown grapes are sought by wineries throughout the state. This year, Amador Wines brought home 8 double gold medals, 20 golds, and 3 Best of California awards from the statewide California Wine Fair competition, and more than 70 wineries participated in the Amador County Fair commercial wine competition, where judges compared more than 370 wines. Notable awards included Best of Show, Best Red, and Best Amador Italian to Vino Nisceto, 2009 Sangiovese Misto, and Best White and Best Sauvignon Blanc awards went to Amador Foothill Winery's 2011 Sauvignon Blanc. Best Rosé won by Hildwig Wineries 2011, Rose de Shenandoah. Best Amador Red Zinfandel Award went to Terra de Ora Winery 2009, Terra de Ora Zinfandel. Best Dessert Wine was Shenandoah Vineyards 2009 Black Muscat. Best Award Rhone was Sylvan Wine Company's 2011 Renaissance, and the Grand Award went to Vino Nisceto for their 2009 Sangiovese Misto. Before and after the wine tasting, enjoy California's #1 small county fair and the wide variety of exhibits, shows, and live music. Tickets are available for $25 in advance at www.amadorcountyfair.com. And the California Department of Insurance on Tuesday issued a warning that bogus checks claimed to be from the Department of Insurance are circulating, and people should report and verify questionable checks they receive. California Insurance Commissioner Dave Jones issued a warning saying that bogus and questionable checks should be verified or reported. Jones said some checks bearing the name of the department and purportedly signed by the insurance commissioner are fraudulent. Recent checks have been circulated and presented as payment or refund from the California Department of Insurance. He said, however, the insurance department does not issue checks such as these and is warning consumers that businesses to be be on the alert that they are presented with a check of this type. Investigators reported that fraudulent checks have been found in Southern California and 5 other states with values between $2,000 and $5,000. And a consumer or business that questions the validity of a check or people with the information should contact CDI at 909-919-2200. And let's take a quick look at our weather for today. It's a little bit hotter today with a high of 81, a low of 56, winds out of the west-southwest 5 to 10 miles an hour. Thursday, higher yet, 87, low of 60, winds west-southwest 5 to 8 miles an hour. And on Friday in the lower 90s with a low of 64, air quality. Well, I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have Ms. Crabtree with us. She's the Director of Operation Care. Stay with us right here on TSPN. You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.